Good morning. Welcome to Destination Venus and welcome to the 110th edition of the Daily Waffle, the penultimate Daily Waffle. Tomorrow will be the last one. We reopen tomorrow briefly. We will only be open on Saturday afternoons and for a couple of hours on a Wednesday afternoon. This is down to all kinds of reasons. I've got to get a proper job. The cinema is closed for most of the day. Whether that will change and how that will change is unknown at the moment. We are completely playing this by ear. And on that subject, we're also even more chaotic than normal. One or two people I've been delivering to have had a couple of issues with things I've delivered incorrectly. I apologise for that. I will get all of that sorted out as quickly as possible. Essentially, you can't see the room I'm sitting in, but both my dining room and my attic and the shop are completely and totally chaotic. I've been moving stuff around. Boxes have been getting shifted. Boxes have been getting reordered. Not everything is where I thought I'd put it. Coming out of lockdown is a hell of a lot harder than going in, I think is what I'm saying. So anybody who had an issue, we will get that sorted for you as quickly as we possibly can. Well, I got my finger there. So that's it for housekeeping news. What we do have is just one little piece of kind of cool comics news. The Manchester University NHS Trust is getting itself behind a webcomic called Dovik 91. Dovik 91. It's COVID-19 backwards. The premise of which is that 15% of the world's young people find themselves whisked away to the planet of Dovik 91 to isolate them from an extinction level pandemic. And the point of all of this is that comics are going to be used to inform people about the latest thinking, the latest knowledge regarding our own dear global pandemic. And they've got some really impressive names. Nick Brokenshire's in there, Charlie Adlard, the comics laureate, Hannah Berry is involved, Sarah Kenny. They've got, obviously sort of scientists advising on plot lines and what should happen. And this is the kind of thing that I really, really love, because as you may know, I may have mentioned it once or twice, I used to be a teacher. I used to use comics in the classroom all the time, and comics are a very powerful educational tool. And do you know what? We need educating about COVID-19 because it's a brand new thing that we don't know anything about. An awful lot of assumptions that were made at the start of all of this have proved to be incorrect. And the best advice on what we should be doing and how we should be doing it keeps changing because our understanding keeps changing. And anything that helps keep people up to date so that people know what they can and can't and should not do is brilliant. Because do you know what? I would really like to avoid another lockdown. And it looks as though we can. This isn't flu. Now, that's bad for all kinds of reasons. But it's also kind of good for all kinds of reasons. I was listening to a scientist on the radio this morning. He was saying, flu virus, every flu pandemic we've ever had has had, a brutal second wave. But this isn't flu, and it looks as though we can actually keep it contained so that we don't have a second wave as long as we follow the advice, keep our distance, wear the masks, do all that stuff. We can't make the thing go away, but we can keep it contained so that we don't get a second spike. And that would be great. If we can manage that, that would be awesome. So as we all reopen, we need to be cautious. And comics like Dovik 91, if they can help keep us informed in a way that is slightly more entertaining than a bloke standing behind a lectern. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. If you follow the link just down below me at the end of the little spiel that I've written about it, you can go to the IO9 website, which was where I found this, and which is claiming it as an exclusive. I've not been able to find any reference to it anywhere else at the moment. The whole thing goes live on Webtoons next week. There is a preview on IO9 right now. Again, link down there. So check it out. And with that, I will see you tomorrow morning for the final ever Daily Waffle, unless we go back into lockdown at some point, in which case I might bring this back. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you tomorrow if you can get out into town safely. If you can't, deliveries will continue. So don't worry if you can't get in. I will get your comics to you somehow. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Until then, take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. Be kind to everybody else. And let's read comics, shall we? See you soon.